let's get started. Welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda, and today I'm going to be doing the Booktube newbie tag. This tag was created so that new booktubers who jump on could have, I think, a video to do, but also so they can kind of introduce themselves and people can get an idea of what type of content they'll be uploading on their new YouTube channel. So I have all the questions here that I'll go through. We'll just go ahead and get started and filter through all the questions. So the first question is why did you start this channel? So I started this channel because I really love reading, and I'm actually restarting this channel. So I started my Booktube channel in 2014, and since then I pretty much upload like maybe 1 or 2 videos a year. I haven't been very consistent, but in 2023 I decided that I'm just gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I think one of the problems that I had previously is I would just overschedule and I would just get overwhelmed. But it's a new year. I'm gonna start fresh, and hopefully I can be consistent with uploading content to this channel. At least that's my goal for the new year. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? So I am not planning on reinventing the wheel or doing any sort of outrageous videos. I really am going to keep it simple. I really enjoy book hauls. I love watching TBRs, and I enjoy watching reading vlogs. I think that's basically what you're going to find on my channel. I'm not trying to become, like, I have a full-time job. I'm not trying to earn money off of this channel or anything like that. It's really for fun, and so I'm just going to do the things that I like. It's the kind of content you're going to see on this channel. I think one of the things I really do enjoy editing. I find it's like a great creative outlet for me. Hopefully I can bring a little bit more fun content in terms of editing and being creative in that way, but I don't think I'm going to be necessarily doing anything outrageous on this channel. What are you most excited for about this new channel? So I'm excited. One is to finally commit to Booktube and make it a consistent thing in my life. I do watch a lot of Booktube, but I don't necessarily participate. I think that'll be fun. And then the other thing is I really want to make bookish friends. Like, I would love to have somebody in my life who's just as voracious of a reader as I am, and that we can just talk about books and gush over it, because I don't really have anybody that I know who really reads as much as me. So I think that's probably one of the things that I'm most excited for, is to make some bookish friends here on YouTube. Well, and then not only bookish friends, but people who not only enjoy reading, but also enjoy making content, who enjoy making videos, who enjoy editing and that type of thing. So I think it would be fun to have people with like interests to myself. The fourth question is, why do you love reading? I love reading because, I don't know, I just love getting lost in a world. I love the anticipation of wanting to flip through the next page and wanting to get a hold of the next book, and then just finishing the book and looking up and having gone on a wild ride, and just the thrill of it. Yeah, I enjoy reading. I will pick up a book rather than watch TV. A lot of the times it's either YouTube or reading that I'm doing. I hardly watch TV. What book or series got you into reading? So now this one is interesting. I want to talk about 3 series because I feel like to get to know me, you really need to understand my reading journey. I feel like I've always been a reader, but I've just never had the right books in front of me. I've always wanted to be a reader. I remember younger wanting to pick up book and purchase books, but I didn't know any good I didn't have anybody in my life that could give me good recommendations of books that I would actually enjoy, rather than just picking books based off of their covers. But I want to say the first series I want to talk about is obviously Harry Potter. I have no idea how I got Harry Potter, either in high school or at like the end of middle school. I cannot remember how I got a hold of the first Harry Potter book, but I did. Somehow I got the first Harry Potter book in hardcover. And I read it, which is very, because like I hadn't read anything in a long time. And I read it and I loved it and I was obsessed. And I remember that weekend we ended up going, because when I was younger, my grandma lives 2 hours away, and so my aunts and my cousins, we would often drive down to go see her. I remember that weekend I was just bugging my mom to buy me the next book in the series. Why I didn't think about going to a library, I don't know. I was bugging her and she was like, no, books are expensive. You're not going to read it. She knows me very well. Anyways, we get home and the following weekend my aunt comes over and she gifts me, I think, the next 4 books in hardback in the series. And I'm assuming it had to have been the summer, because I just remember spending the next few days just binge reading the rest of the books. Like, I lived, slept, ate over those books. Like, I remember eating over those books. I remember like literally falling asleep on them. It was the best. It was the best reading experience. But again, I didn't have anybody in my life to recommend me any other books. I don't think the rest of the books in the series were even out yet. That was like the first series that would say really kind of fueled my love for reading, but I didn't know what else to pick up. The second series that I want to talk about, in college, I had a coworker who kept recommending the Twilight series to me. And I was like, absolutely not. I have seen the movie was going to come out, or maybe it had already come out, and I had seen the previews. And I was like, that looks so dumb. Absolutely not. But her and her sisters and a couple of people at work like loved it. So I was like, okay, let me give it a try. And I was obsessed. I got my roommates obsessed. I loved it. Again, I just didn't have anybody in my life to recommend me anything else. I think at that point I had left that job. Fast forward to 2013, and I was watching a beauty YouTuber. Her name's Elle Fowler, and she started doing book reviews on her like vlog channel, and I loved it. I was obsessed. And the series she talked about was The Vampire Academy. Looking back, it's not like my favorite book series of all time. I didn't even finish the last book because I couldn't stand it. But that really opened the door for me in terms of Booktube, because I had no idea that there were people online that were talking about books. So I started looking up other YouTubers who were talking about books. And I came across the community. The Booktube community back then was extremely small. Like, there was only a few people. It's not what it is today. So Vampire Academy really launched and kind of created this nightmare that is here today, because of that recommendation from Elle Fowler. I enjoyed those books and I started looking for other booktubers, and that's how I found the Booktube community and really fueled this addiction. And it's really great to hear from people that you can see have the same interests or likes as you, talking about books, recommending books. It just makes, I don't know, now I can go into a bookstore and immediately know what book or book series that would probably work for me, whereas I wouldn't have been able to do that after reading Harry Potter, after reading Twilight, even though I really enjoyed it. I thought I would talk about those. I feel like it's my reading history and you need to know about that. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? One of my goals this year is to make booktube friends, because I tend to just watch. I hardly ever comment. Maybe one of my questions is for people who have booktube friends and have reading buddies. Like, how do you go about making those relationships online? It just seems so awkward to me. But yeah, I really want to make some booktube friends this year. Again, people that have the same interest as me. If you are a seasoned booktuber and you have reading buddies, let me know how you made friends on the app. The next question, number 7, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? The hardest challenge, I think, for me is going to be overscheduling myself. I get really excited and I will come up with TBRs of all the books that I want to read, and I have all of these video ideas, and I want to edit the video so nicely that I just get overwhelmed and I just don't do any of it at all. This year I'm going to be more realistic in what I can actually do. I'm not going to overcommit myself to anything. I'm going to keep it real simple. I think what I want to do is challenge myself to just post one video per week. Like, that is my goal. If at the end of this year I have only posted one video per week, I will consider myself a success. Of course, I can post more if I want, but I'm going to try to just stick with the one video per week because, like I said, I can easily get overwhelmed, and I already know I'm going to make some insane TBR piles that I want to read. So we will see how that goes. I would love to post more than that, but I think for my own sanity, I need to keep it to the minimal. Number 8. When did you start reading? Was when I discovered Booktube. So back in 2013, 2014 is when, like, I really became a avid reader. And number 9, where do you read? So I like to read in bed. It's just easier, you know, a living room. There's a lot of people watching TV, living their life in a living room or in a dining room. I do have my office, but I just prefer to read in bed. Number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? My guilty pleasure is romance. I've really gotten into fantasy lately. I've just been drawn to it a lot more. I think those are the ones that I like just gravitate towards, but I don't think there's really any genres that I'm not interested in reading. I see a lot of videos from people who read books that are like outside my comfort zone, but they sound so interesting that I'm still willing to pick it up. It's just not maybe like instinctually the first thing I'm drawn to. I guess let's talk about maybe some of the book genres I'm least likely to pick up. Nonfiction, contemporary, young adult contemporary, I've never been drawn to. The third thing would probably be horror novels. During Halloween, when I'm hearing all these people talk about horror novels, they sound really interesting and I'm interested in picking them up, but I think I need to be realistic that I probably can't handle that. So that's kind of like the spectrum of where I am when it comes to reading, from most likely to least likely to pick up. But yeah, romance and fantasy are just like my guilty pleasures at the moment. That's it. So those are all 10 questions. Okay, I do feel like I need to introduce you to somebody. And that somebody is my little Archie. So this is my puppy. His name is Archie. And you will see him a lot, especially if I do vlogs. He is my child. He is my baby love. And yeah, so you'll be seeing a lot of him. But I felt like I could not do an introduction video without introducing my boobers. Yeah, so yeah, I just thought I would bring him on here. He's the love of my life. Right? You did my mama's baby love. Okay, I'm going to put it down. So those are all the questions in the Booktube newbie tag. I hope you enjoyed this video and got to learn a little bit more about me and the content that I'm going to be uploading to this channel. I'm really excited. I did say that I was going to take things easy and only upload one video per week. Since I'm relaunching this channel, I decided that I wanted to do like a video a day for the first week of 2023. So that's what I'm going to do. I think it's just going to be easy to do because I've got like New Year resolutions, the top books I want to read in 2023, my January TBR. So there's a lot of content that I want to make, and I'm off on a bad start because I recorded these videos the other day and I went to edit them yesterday so that I could upload them like the first Monday of the new year, and all the files were corrupted. So I'm restarting it, but my plan is still to edit and upload 7 videos for the first week of the new year, and I'm excited about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. If you want to see any of my other videos that I'm planning on uploading this week, please subscribe and then turn on the notifications so that you'll get notified when they will be uploaded, because I don't know when they're going to be uploaded, if I'm going to be able to edit them all in time. So it may be in the morning or in the evening, we shall see. But yes, that's it for today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!